Hello, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here in the Sports Seat for you this evening. Let's get your new week started with some sports. We start with Gold Panthers baseball. Alaska won their first 2 games of the year at home against the San Francisco Seals. They scored 13 runs in each win, but last night in Game 3 of this 5-game series, the Seals delivered the first blow and made this one a game. Seals center fielder Joey Marchini brought in the first run of the game to give San Fran a 1-0 lead in the top of the third. It was their first lead of this series. Marchini led the Seals with 3 hits and 3 ribbies. The Panthers were up 3-1, and Marchini, he drove in another one to make it a 3-2 game at the top of the 5th. Panthers starting pitcher Mike Benson, he got himself out of a jam with a K with the sacks loaded to secure the Panthers lead. He had 5 Ks in 7 innings with 1 earned. Catcher Mike Whelan gave the Panthers some breathing room with his 2-1 RBI hit in the bottom of the 7th to give Alaska a 6-2 lead. Jim Ploeger of San Fran had some good pitching in some innings, but the Panthers figured him out, and they went off for 5 runs at the bottom of the 8th, headed by Van Bozoian's 3-run homer to put this game away. He had 4 ribbies. Alaska wins 11-5. Benson got the win. This game was tight early and may have helped them. This new team is trying to develop some chemistry.
It was actually nice because the energy was there from the entire team a little bit, and then as the game obviously progressed, it started opening up, so the energy went away, and then they kind of came back at the end. So, but it's nicer to have a closer game.
When we were down, we were able to pick each other up from the dugout more because we've been around each other for a few days now, so it's just a better atmosphere.
I think that it was just a little early as a team, a lot of guys coming together and really starting to get some team chemistry so we can start gelling here into the next part of the season.
Now we introduce you to one sport in the interior that you may not be too familiar with, trap shooting. The Fairbanks Trap Club had their biggest event of the year this weekend, the Alaska State PETA Trap Shoot, and it ended on Sunday. Here's more on trap shooting in the interior. The Fairbanks Trap Club had their Super Bowl for trap shooting, the Alaska State PETA Trap Shoot. No, they're not shooting pita bread. PETA stands for the Pacific International Trap Shooting Association. There are clubs in Arizona, Yukon, Oregon, and British Columbia, to name a few. The Alaska State competition started Wednesday and ended on Sunday. Over 50 trap shooters came out to the 6.5-mile post on the Old Steese Highway, some from Washington State, Canada, and Juneau.
But we have 50-55 shooters every year. I think we had 52 yesterday for the main event. So it's been a good year.
By the end of the shoot, shooters would have shot 1,300 targets. There are 5 divisions, AA is the highest, then A through D. Classes are based on average out of 100 targets. For competitions, there are singles for 1 target, doubles 2 at a time, and handicap, which is based on your class, which also determines where you shoot from. The Glaives were the big winners. Parker, just 14, is going to Monroe, won the juniors championship, and his dad won the singles title.
I was just having fun and had a goal to shoot my best and try to win.
Well, it's what I've dreamed of. We're both on the same trap. We're both shooting the same, and I get to see him with his first championship win. It's a great feeling.
The fact that families can come out to learn to shoot and compete is the main point that the Trap Club targets.
Well, it's good for the family to come out and do something together. They can all shoot together. They can shoot on the same squad. It's a social event also, in between shooting, they're serving lunch.
They invite you with open arms. UAF women's basketball coach Cody Bench started coming out a few years ago, and she just loves it.
The people out here are really great. They really are helpful to newcomers and beginners, and there's a couple of them that were my basketball team fans, and so when they recognized me, they were eager to help. So it's been a lot of fun.
Sure, there's money on the line, $9,000 in money and trophies in this year's trap shoot, but Stubby Hughes, a 5-time state champion, said it's all about the bonding experience that comes from trap shooting.
People sit down, we have barbecues together, we have big potluck dinners together, we play cards together, and then we go out and try to beat each other. So it's just a lot of fun.
And yesterday, the San Antonio Spurs finished their season of redemption with the NBA title. The Spurs won 104-87 over the 2-time defending champion Miami Heat and San Antonio. They trailed 22-6 in the first quarter, but outscored the Heat 55-29 in the second and third quarters to win their 5th championship in franchise history as fans filled the streets. Spurs set an NBA Finals record, shooting 75% in the first half of Game 3. Their last title was in 2007 when they swept the Cleveland Cavaliers, who had a guy named, LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard of the Spurs was named the Finals MVP at 22 years old. He's the 3rd youngest to win MVP. The last to do that was Tim Duncan in 1999. Leonard is also the first non-All-Star to win a Finals MVP since Chauncey Billups won it for the Detroit Pistons in 2004. Leonard averaged 17.8 points and 6 rebounds per game and shot 61% from the field and 57% from three-point land. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for rocking with me for a little while. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.